I found a poem by Rumi that is just hits home. It is like, I talk, a decent amount about internal family systems, and like, it's nothing new. There's been inner child therapy, there's been parts work. This stuff has been around, but even further, there's been Christ, who said, things like, the truth will set you free. And, or I think that was in John. I don't know if Christ said that, but it was in the New Testament. He talked about like having the heart of a child, and he went to the wilderness for 40 days and just kind of essentially just, we don't know what he did out there, but he was, there's in the wilderness, it's silence, and it's you're attuning to yourself and to whatever is within and whatever is without, whatever is around you, the spiritual more than just the material. So, but internal family systems, it's about having a conversation with parts of you, and this poem by Rumi is just, it's amazing. It's called The Guest House. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. That's interesting. There's already a problem I have with it, is that they're not always sent as a guide from beyond. Well, sort of beyond, I guess. Beyond, like, because like, your gut, if you're having like some people who have an allergic reaction to peanut butter will get really angry or whatever when they eat peanut butter, stuff like that. So like every emotion isn't from beyond, I guess, but we can discern, and certainly some seem to be coming from beyond. Some come from, it's like, whoa, where is that from? I don't know. And then you can figure out what it's trying to tell you. So I wrote a poem pretty recently. It's not published. It's not in my newest collection yet or anything. I'm not even sure it's complete yet, but I want to read it because it kind of goes right into that. Like, I basically did what Rumi says to do, although I was doing it more from an internal family systems approach, kind of a little more guided approach, but still, like, it's just very simple. You just sit quietly with yourself and just listen, and not try and answer for yourself, and just listen, and like things come up. So this poem's called Cling. I sat down with her. Can you separate from me? She started to peel herself away, but she didn't. She wanted to, and she didn't. I think you want to, but you're clinging. You can separate if you want. She clung. I smiled. My depression clung, and I realized she was exactly what I desperately wanted. Someone to stay. Someone to cling. You get weird revelations like that when you meet yourself, when you see yourself, when you see the parts within you. I'll let you, decide what that poem means for you, I guess. But I won't try and explain it anymore. But I do want to talk a little bit more just about, that importance. So often when we have shame, we exclude parts of ourselves because we feel some sense of shame about them. And so often that shame is unfounded. It's like, I feel ashamed about, I used to feel ashamed of the fact that I play guitar and write songs, and I was I would always write my own songs, and I would cover songs from time to time because I was ashamed of not covering them. But I was always ashamed that I was better at and enjoyed more writing my own songs than covering other people's songs, because all my friends like covered other songs, and they were always seemed really good at covering other songs. And I was just kind of like always had a sense of shame about that. And and uh until like one time I met a guy in a cover band who was like, "Oh, whoa, you write your own songs?" Like, I I just feel like I could never write my own songs. Like, I just cover songs because I just feel like I couldn't ever write anything as good as the songs I'm covering. And it kind of like helped me realize, like, I mean, you have to have people who write new songs too, right? No, not everybody can just cover songs. So there's nothing to be ashamed of, but I always felt a sense of like I'm less because of that. And and that feeling of shame can, if I would have sat with that and just inquired, just listened, I probably could have realized a lot sooner, that that it wasn't anything to be ashamed of. And and I think a lot of times when we feel certain ways, anger, a lot of like the difficult emotions, the ones that are hard to feel, we often feel them. It's like it's one of those vicious cycle things again. It's like we feel it because it's unseen. It's we I don't like to show people my anger because anger scares people, and anger, it makes people uncomfortable. And so I even will hide it from myself. But if I can at least feel it and see it myself, then it it's almost like it's angry that it's not being seen. It's like this boundary is being crossed and there's nothing being done about it, so I'm angry. And uh and so I can listen, like, well, what is the boundary that's being crossed, and what boundary do I need to set, and how do I enforce that, rationally, without acting just on my anger alone. I can think through it and work with it, but it all starts with seeing yourself and seeing what that emotion is saying, listening to it. And in doing that, two things happen. First of all, you learn from it. You learn what it was trying to tell you, almost always. It's kind of incredible. Or you learn something really powerful. And the other thing that happens is that you now have seen yourself. You've given yourself that validation that, like, it's basically just like saying, I am angry. I see that I am angry. And I'm not sure what it is, being seen or being heard or being validated in that way. It's powerful. It's like disarming to the emotion, or to the part or whatever. So yeah, Rumi Rumi hit the nail on the head. And then Jung said it later. Carl Jung, he said, like, the depression is a woman in a black dress. Let her in, offer her a seat, and listen to what she has to say, or whatever. It's like the same exact thing. We know it. It's hard, though. It's hard to do, because especially now we have all this stimulation. We can distract ourselves so easily. We can tune out. We can do drugs. We can drink alcohol. You can do a million things to distract yourself, or to change your mind, or change your feelings, or to cover over your feelings. And that's sad, because, like, think of how many feelings you have that come to your guest house, knock on the door, and then they just are waiting at the door, piled up. and they have something really important to tell you. So, yeah. The Essential Rumi. That's where I found that in this book translated by Coleman Barks. This is like a phenomenal book. There's so much gold in this. Oh, it's a valuable treasure. So anyway, that's all I wanted to really talk about today. So thank you for chilling with me. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so I know to keep posting. If you want to comment or message, any thoughts that you have on this or any questions that you have. I've done, internal family systems work on my own. And I've also done like dialectical behavioral therapy, and I'm just familiar with a lot of the different systems and the kind of just the patterns and the frameworks. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I won't guarantee you that I will have an answer, but I can at least probably point you in the right direction or be like, oh, read this book. This is probably what you're looking for. So, and then subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thanks. Peace.